All righty, we are live again. It is Friday, April 14th, and the title of today's Good Parts video is The World's Greatest Invention to Date. And it really is, I believe, the greatest thing that I've witnessed in my lifetime. And so I want to share that with you. So, what is the greatest invention in the world to date? Well, it is a thing called Bitcoin. And I know some of you are going to roll your eyes. Oh, no, not the cryptocurrency that everyone thinks is fake. It's not physical. It's just a bunch of numbers. It can't be worth anything real. Well, in a way, money is just an idea as well. So Bitcoin falls right into that. But I'm not going in to defend Bitcoin and why I think it's, why it's a viable money or currency. But it is the greatest invention. And I do have a playlist. I just realized this, a playlist of videos that I put together on YouTube. And there's some of the most touching videos that explain, and they do a much better job than I do, and people that are very knowledgeable and experienced and very reputable. They explain why Bitcoin is so amazing. But I think about the poor people of the world, the world of third world countries, people living in just very simple, basic things, villages, and they don't have water, they don't have electricity. And how is Bitcoin going to help them? Well, it can for a number of reasons. It can be on a phone, and that's really cool. Plus, it also can just be stored online so that if you lose a phone or lose something, it's never really lost. So there are some other challenges with Bitcoin, but another thing that really is probably bigger than Bitcoin is the blockchain. And maybe that's what I'm really saying here today is the greatest invention in the world is the blockchain, which Bitcoin is a blockchain. There will be other blockchains that are set up. And I'm not going to go into explaining what a blockchain is, except that it's an open ledger, a database of data, and it's on the internet. Everyone can see it with an internet device of some sort, a browser, a phone, a computer, and it cannot be changed. And in the world of a lot of corruption, and when you think about third world countries, there's a lot of corruption there. And even in some more first world countries like the United States, I think we're seeing a lot more corruption these days as well. So blockchains and specifically Bitcoin is immune to corruption. And that is a really good thing. That's probably one of the best things that the whole world can rejoice on. It can't be corrupted. It can't be manipulated. It can't be duplicated. It can't be taken away. It can't be prevented. It's going to be online because of the internet. And so because of that, it's, in my mind, one of the greatest inventions of the world. So I was introduced to Bitcoin back in 2017. It was November. As I recall, Bitcoin was around $700, $750 per Bitcoin. And I'm holding a coin like it really is a coin, and it's not. But ever since then, 2017, November 2017, I've learned so much more about Bitcoin, and I've loved it. I bought a lot of it, and I've sold a lot about it. I've made transactions. I've received Bitcoin. I've used different wallets. I've converted Bitcoin to other cryptocurrencies. It's all fascinating stuff. It's brilliantly simple once it is explained to you so you can understand it. And I even have a wallet on my phone. Interestingly enough, I don't think I have any Bitcoin on this phone. I'll bring it up here. But it's really exciting to be involved with something that cannot be changed, cannot be prevented, can't be stopped, can't be controlled, can't be regulated, can't be, the can't be list is just really long. So I'm logging into my Exodus wallet, and I do have a tiny bit of Bitcoin there, by the way, $370. So, and I have some other cryptocurrencies. You can see Bitcoin right at the top. $370. Not a lot. And for someone that loves Bitcoin, you would think I would have a lot more. But I have other wallets. So, and a wallet is just where you store your Bitcoin. This one's on a phone, and I have some other cryptocurrencies, which are really cool as well. So that the good part is that we can be independent. We can be, and this goes worldwide. And financially, you can be independent, and you can't be controlled, blocked. Your account can't be shut down. You can't be limited on how much you can receive or send. It's simple. Like when I bring up this wallet again, I'll bring it up. Sorry, I closed it. It's really simple because I'm going to go into my Bitcoin wallet, and let's say I wanted to receive some Bitcoin. It's just a QR code. Okay. And as that comes in there really clear, that's a set of black and white squares as it is. It's my Bitcoin address. And that could be painted on the side of my car because it's a one-way in to your account. There's no way you can see somebody's Bitcoin address and be able to withdraw from that. This doesn't tell you any of that. So that is a wonderful thing. So security wise, it's really cool. I mean, it's really secure. There are things that you need to be responsible for, such as your 12-word phrase. This is a series of words that your wallet will provide for you. And that series of words is your one and ultimate password. So if you have 12 words, okay, all those characters set up with a space in between those words is a very long password. It's infinitely impossible to guess. You just can't guess it. Not when it's 12 words. And, each word is 5 to 8 to 10 characters. We're talking 60, 80 some characters. It would just be, it's infinitely difficult to guess. So essentially you're secure. And of course, if someone tries to get your phone and things like that, you need to lock down your phone and not just have it available so if anyone gets your phone, they can't get to your Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But in the respect of freedom and independence and the ability, when I think of somebody in a third world country that has 2 chickens and a couple animals or something like that, and they sell some eggs, they can get a minuscule payment from from a neighbor, and maybe the eggs or whatever, the milk or whatever they're selling is 39 cents. It's feasible and actually potentially possible to make a payment of 39 cents from one person to another with Bitcoin and not have it economically inadvisable. Because like with credit cards, there's always, bigger fees and a minimum of fee. And so when I think about the third world country, peoples of those worlds where, they're really poor, but if they can have a way of building wealth and have a couple of animals and sell eggs and milk or whatever, they can build wealth. And that's the beginning of it. Then they can also own real estate and time. And there are blockchains of real estate which prove and are indestructible and unchangeable. Patrick Byrne does a great video. I'm going to put the playlist of my Bitcoin playlist in the description of this video, and you should absolutely bookmark it. It's a collection of videos that I have found to be the ultimate best. They'll explain Bitcoin so I don't have to. And I think you'll have the same passion and hopefully the same understanding that I do of how powerful Bitcoin can be. So, and today I checked on Coinbase. One of the ways you can check the price of Bitcoin, you can also go to Google and just type price of Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has gone up and down. It's a roller coaster ride at all times. And I think it's because people are weighing this issue as is it real? Is it fake? Is it an idea? Is it viable? And all these things. And the emotions and all can go up and down. And so the price goes up and down it's not like a roller coaster. It's more like a rocket ship, and then it comes crashing back down. So at one point in 2019, I believe the price of Bitcoin was almost to $69,000 for one Bitcoin. Now, interestingly enough, if you don't know, one Bitcoin can be broken down into 100 million individual components. So they're called Satoshis, given the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, which we don't know who that person is, or if it's a group of people, probably an individual, but that person was smart. If they would have revealed their identity, I'm sure they would be dead, because it undermines the ability of every government to control their citizens by the printing and control of money, and banks and all the regulations, and they can shut you down. They can do all sorts of things. With Bitcoin, they can't. And so freedom's a big deal. And in fact, my life is really focused on freedom, at least business-wise and independently. I want everyone to have freedom to do what they want to do without hurting another individual, okay? So anyway, there's a lot of great things about Bitcoin, and this Satoshi can be worth a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny, which is really cool. And in time, Bitcoin could be, well, price predictions can be really high because it can't be created. There can't be any more created. There's going to be 21 million Bitcoin, and a lot of Bitcoin has already been lost, given that some people didn't understand it, and they have a wallet, and it's on a wallet, and they forget how to get back into their wallet, and no one can get into it. Like I said, those 12-word phrases are really hard to guess, and you're not going to remember those 12 words most likely, and you're certainly not going to guess individual characters for that 80+ character password. It's intense. So there are some wallets that already have Bitcoin in them, and the owners have forgotten, didn't pay attention, were kind of too casual about it, and all of a sudden they're like, what do you mean I can't reset the password, or no one's going to help me? Yeah, no one's going to help you. You've lost your Bitcoin. So of the 21 million that has already been, or that will be created, we're at about 18 or 19 million Bitcoin so far. There's going to be a limit of 21 million. That's it. And so what a great limited resource, a limited idea. It can't be created, or it can't be destroyed either, which is cool, but it can be lost. So don't lose your Bitcoin. Make sure you watch like my set of videos on Bitcoin playlists, so you're aware of that, and work with somebody that understands Bitcoin, so that when you buy your first Bitcoin, you're not going to be kind of unknowledgeable and make a mistake and not be cognizant of how important there are some things are that set up your account to be secure and safe. Anyway, with that, there are some obviously concerns, like there is with any money. You want to not lose it, or give access to people that have access to your money. So anyway, it's going to help a lot of people, primarily in third world countries, and I think that's the greatest thing ever, to give them the dignity, to give them the respect that they can earn a tiny bit of money and save it and build wealth. That's great, because they can't now. So many places you can't even get a bank account because of rules and regulations and all that. So I tend to focus on how Bitcoin can help the real poor of the world, but in other regards, it's freeing that you can carry your wealth literally in your phone and be safe and protected, and be able to spend it and trade it and hold it and all these great things. So yeah, it's a good part, and that's why I wanted to share it today. So encouraging wise, I would I would learn more about Bitcoin. It's becoming really important these days when we have governments that are just crazy printing money, and we see those effects of inflation, the rising cost of goods, because money is put into the economy, and it makes the rest of the money worth less. Not one word, but two. Worthless means it's not worth anything, but money becomes worth less when there's more money pumped into or printed into the system. All of a sudden, you got trillions of dollars that came out of nowhere, so it makes everything, your money, is worth less. Okay, it just is. That's why things cost more. It takes more money, more currency, more paper money to equal the value that it was previously. So a long, complicated, debate on economies and all these things and inflation and whatever, but it's really cool that you can have an asset that is worth, and it's growing in value because it's not going to be printed or not going to be created ever in time again. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin, and some of the Bitcoin has already been lost, and it's in little wallets all over the world, and it can't get out. Kind of like if you travel out in a ship out to the middle of the Pacific or the Atlantic Ocean, and you put all these, all your valuable items in a box, lock it, and then just throw it overboard, right where it is. It's at the bottom of the ocean. That's where it is, right? You just can't get to it. That's what happens if you're not too careful with setting up your first wallet or several wallets. You can have multiple wallets, which is really cool, and do different things. So learn from someone like me that has experience. I have a Bitcoin playlist in the description that will guide you to what is Bitcoin, how is it developed, why is it so important, and I don't know, I think I got 20, 30 videos. You won't sit down and watch them all at one point, but it's going to be a great resource to learn as you go. Obviously, I'm a resource if you ever have questions, and would gladly help anybody understand what cryptocurrencies are, what Bitcoin is, how to buy some Bitcoin, why it might be important to have a little bit of your, of your net worth in Bitcoin, and just other things as you think about. I'm open to answering those questions. So there you have it. My good parts for Friday, April 14th is Bitcoin and how it's been really good for me, but it's also good for the world. And I think it's going to be the greatest invention that's ever been discovered or created of all time. Pretty much it's going to help billions of people all over the world, and that's a huge deal. So with that, hope you enjoyed these good parts videos, and I want you to subscribe, and I have a playlist of all my good parts videos. I keep doing these Monday through Friday. I would encourage you to join in this movement and be part of the Good Parts Challenge of people that are just taking one good thing of their life. For me, Bitcoin today, talking about it, sharing it, just being a good promoter of good things, good parts. And so I would encourage you to consider doing the same. And if you want, you can put the Good Parts Challenge in your live video, and then other people can see all the people doing this movement to help share the good parts of their lives. So all you have to do is hit play or live on your Facebook or YouTube, and other platforms have live videos as well. And just do the best you can, and that's all you have to do. Pretty darn awesome. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday for the next Good Parts video from me. And thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about Bitcoin. And check out the Bitcoin playlist that I have in the description.